There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Living in Arizona. I know, right? Quick segue there with Natasha Tomlinson. We're like having a very casual conversation, and I just sprung the show on her.
There you go. Just like that. It's all right. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. I had my coffee today.
Good. Welcome, everybody. Of course, wherever you're watching this, wherever you're listening to it, there is a following of you. Yay.
Yay.
Thank you very much on behalf
Thanks for
of
listening.
Natasha.
Absolutely.
Perfect Blue Studios thanks you as well, as I, the producer, like to point out. I'll put in a gratuitous plug-in. Go to perfectbluestudio.io and check out all our podcasts. Hey, there's a plug for the other shows. There's synergy. Actually, in theory, everybody's doing that in theory. So with that said, let's move forward, and we're talking today about top picks in the Phoenix metro area. Now, there's a backstory to this. Okay, I already know this with looking at the email. So why don't you tell everybody about your very interesting phone call?
My very interesting phone call. Yes. I received a phone call from this agent and talk show host in San Diego, and he hosts a show, Dreams and Deals. And amazingly, he wanted to have one of the properties I have listed on the show, which, really threw me for a loop. I thought it was one of these prank phone calls that I get so often, but it turns out that it wasn't. And so I'm waiting for the link to the show so I can send it your way, Lee. But I mean, pretty interesting, pretty exciting stuff that, living in Arizona is getting out there. People are taking notice.
We will make sure to, for those of you on the podcast or those of you who watch the videos, we'll make sure to get a clip of that and put it out as a bonus piece of content for all of you to look at and check out, which thus led to today's email, actually yesterday's email, on other grapevines that won't be appearing on said show that you found. You poured through the multiple listing service.
Yes, I did. And I cherry-picked these myself here. And,
all right, I'm going to be the potential person on the phone, and you can sell these properties to me. I'm not going to look at the photos. I'm just on the phone, even though you would send this exactly as you sent it to someone else. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, if somebody wants a great deal in Arizona, how would they get a hold of you?
Let's see. You can, of course, give me a call, send me a text, 480-203-4364. Visit me on my website, natashatomlinson.com, or any of the social media channels. I'd be happy to chat with you.
There you go. Mm-hmm. All right. Starting right out of the gate, you have a multi-family potential.
Yes.
Priced at $725. According to what you wrote here, it's at 28th Avenue and Northern in Phoenix. So let's start right there. What kind of area is that?
I would say it's a little more blue collar right now, but it's right along the corridor where there's a lot of proposed larger employers coming to that area. A lot of manufacturing is expected to come into that area, and their auxiliary offices. And so for that reason, it is a top pick. It's also pretty close to downtown, to GCU, Grand Canyon University, if you're looking for more student housing, and it's reasonably priced. I would say at under $16,000 per door. I would say that's pretty reasonable.
Okay, so let's break this down. You've got it at existing zoning of R5. So for us here, that would be R15, I guess, in comparison. 1 unit to every 5,000 square feet, unless you're doing multi-unit.
Yes.
What am I doing?
You're doing pretty awesome.
Develop. Currently, it has 2 vacant buildings totaling 8,000 square feet. Now, so can I rehab the 2 vacant buildings into the 46 units? Because I see here it's got lot permits for up to. So this is a tentative approval, yes. I assume.
Absolutely. It is a tentative approval. It was a former school, so it would take, some rehab in order to get it to that state.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's talk about the permit process for those that aren't experts, for somebody who's a pocket investor going, oh, this sounds like a sweetheart of a deal.
All right.
There are basically 3 stages of approval in California, so I'm going to assume they're kind of the same in Arizona, and you could stop me. First is you submit everything and they tell you everything you've done wrong the first time.
That's exactly right.
And then it runs
And then
through
you
the
correct
process
it.
and you get
Yes.
something called tentative approval. Now, I have sold maps on submitted with approval to be tentatively approved, right?
Okay.
Where everything's in, they like it, but we still need soil tests and about 100 other things that will cost big, ugly money. But everything else is approved based on paper. What you theoretically want is something called tentative approval, which is everything meets the criteria, city signed off. We just need final approval, which usually includes city council posting on the property for X amount of days.
Yes.
Right. You have the same process as we do.
Yes.
Very much a pain in the ass.
Funny, isn't it?
I'm an entitlements expert, and that's really what this is. It's all about what are the entitlements to the property? Where are the existing utilities? How do you drag them in? So I'm guessing all of this information is out there if they're in the tentative approval state.
Agreed. All that information is readily available for any interested party. So
all the interior walls have been removed. It's massive.
Yes,
sprinklers
systems already in place. And of course the current owner is open to doing a joint venture or some sort of sell carry back agreement also to get the project running. So basically
he's got the property, he gutted the property, he got a tentative approval, but he doesn't have the money himself to actually do the rehab that the property needs, because it's probably, just off the top of my head, about $1 million worth of rehab.
I would say so.
That's just a wild guess on my part.
Guess. I think that's a fair number.
So he's willing to carry the paper. So explain a JV, talk about carrying the paper. What does that all mean to, I got $1 million, I need to invest it.
You need to invest it. You want to see a return on your investment. He's looking for, at least, I believe in this case, it was a 50% down is what he was seeking in order to move forward and would follow through with all with the project for you. So he's carrying for at least 4 years, I believe it was, before he wanted the balloon payment made. And of course, if it was a joint venture, then that would be a different setup. And of course, everything is open to negotiation, but that's the initial ask.
So you pitch this as a purchase or a joint venture with probably about $1 million in would be my wildest guess. And that another 47 unit down the street sold for $5 million. So that's a buy and sell strategy.
Agreed.
I personally, looking at this, just because I have an eye for this is a buy and hold. This is a buy and hold all day. So if I can get in on 46 units brand new for under $2 million outside of Phoenix, let's just go with unrealistically low numbers. I don't know what the square untage is on the approval per unit?
I don't.
All right, let's go. They're single units. They're 500 to 800 feet. I'm assuming I can get a minimum $1,000 a unit. Minimum.
Oh, easily.
Okay. So that's a passive income at $46,000 a month on 1.7, probably all the way in with tax titled fees, hiring people. And of course, you know nothing about construction. So tack on another $100,000. So $2 million. And I'm making 20% on $2 million plus or minus per month on property that's secured.
Not too shabby.
That when complete will have an appraised value, which I would get reappraised immediately to $5 million, which means I have $3 million in sweat equity. How'd I do?
I think you did pretty awesome. I'm going to send over the documents to you. All right, just give me a couple minutes.
I actually know someone who might be interested in this deal. Remarkably, good deal. If you're listening to this and you are looking for a deal, I can tell you just based on the numbers, it's worth a second look. That is, you can make 20% on $2 million. You got $3 million in equity in under 2 years. Plus you have a passive of $46,000 if you turn it into legit rentals minimum. That's a no-brainer. Do you also do property management?
I don't. I have a fabulous property manager that I can refer you to, but that's not my wheelhouse.
All right. Just thought I'd check.
Sure.
Moving forward, we have a
Yeah.
townhouse priced at $176,750 on 7th Street and Greenway in Phoenix,
Mhm.
Arizona. It is a bank-owned property. Shocker. So let's start with, what is 7th Street and Greenway like?
Well, there are a lot of restaurants, shopping, mainly big box stores that are in the area. It's probably a 5-minute walk to Abrazo Medical Center. So that would probably, if you held it as a rental property or, sort of a buy and hold, that would be your main tenant base there. So to me, it's an easy rehab. You have to throw some drywall up, throw some walls up, because they do have it as a one huge bedroom and one huge loft space, which will need to be reconfigured. But outside of that, and some cleanup, is a little funky, I gotta say. But besides that, I think it's a good buy for someone stepping into the real estate investing world.
Okay. Let's be realistic about it. So bank-owned property, 2-story, you're saying it needs construction. So we'll figure this out, everything in all the way, $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
So lots have sold for $225 in the last 60 days. Okay. So it's got a quarter in sweat equity out of the gate on purchase and rehab. I'm assuming that, $20,000 worth of rehab, 24 and change worth 20. Let's call it 20. 20 grand brings it completely up to shite, glossy, and bright. So I'm $200,000 in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of making 20%. You would make 20% annually, but the question would be, what can I rent this for?
In that area, I would say you could easily get probably on the low, $1,250, $1,300.
All right.
Easily.
So I'm at a 10% net, a 10% per year on my investment. It's not bad. It's not a bad buy and hold. I mean, you're getting a little bit of equity. You're in on everything at $200,000, relatively speaking, for an investment perspective, especially if you have some kind of contractor's background.
Right.
Oh, it's cash only sale. Shocker. But yeah, not bad. I like it. 10%, I'll say it again, 10%, 20%, you're still doing better than a bank, which is really making that multi-unit at $2 million look amazing at 20%. It's 20%.
Tell all your friends and your enemies.
Can't beat that deal. You cannot beat that deal. Making 20% per month, not annually. So when you look at the townhouse, because it is a lower investment, you're looking at 10% annually. You're making about $1,500 a month passive income. You do have equity in it after you bring it back up, get it reappraised, so you can get your money back out that you put in on the construction. So you got another 25 back out of it, and you're paying off your loan with it. I wonder what a 5-year fixed looks like, or a 10-year fixed.
On
200,000.
Well, what? You're going to cash out refi?
No. Okay, let's say that I put this on a loan, right? For 176, which wouldn't be 176. I probably have to put 10% in, right? 17 grand, maybe even 24 grand plus or minus. But I take it to 176 as a loan. And if I do a 5 or a 10-year loan and I put a renter in to pay off the loan,
right,
that would seem to be the most logical way of getting a property outright from a laddering perspective. I could be completely wrong and know nothing about this kind of work.
Yeah, Lee, you know nothing about this sort of thing.
I know, right? Do I shock you with the levels of things I know about every once in a while? Probate sale.
What can I say?
I know, right? He used to be a developer. What is going on with his background?
Wear a lot of hats. A lot of hats.
A lot of hats. Probate sale, priced at $425, Country Club in McClellan in Mesa, Arizona. Tell me about Country Club and McClellan in Mesa, Arizona.
Again, there's a lot of tech businesses that are coming out that way. A house that's already finished, moved in, ready is easily going for $550. This distressed fixer-upper is they're asking for $25. So it's distressed because The components are a little bit older. It does need to be updated. The pool that's in place, there's a leak there. The roof has, it needed some TLCs, probably a full roof replacement at this point. One of the AC units is 25 years old. The other one was replaced within the last 18 months. But there's some work to be done in order to bring it up to today's standards. But
Okay.
someone.
Whoa. So the pool has a leak.
Mm-hmm.
2 AC units. One is 25 years old. So both of them are probably on the roof and trash. Roof may need to be replaced. Let's go with yes.
Yes.
4 spacious bedrooms. Oh, but lovely. Is this their writing?
It is.
I love it when people write spacious bedroom. It's a unique fixer-upper with potential. 2 are set up as master bedroom suites. 3 of them lead to the backyard. Resort-style backyard. Resort-style backyard.
Yes. I mean, it has everything but the beach back there. Okay, so there's a putting green. There's a.
What's a diving pool? Does that mean it has a tower behind the house that I'm going zigzag up and I'm doing like the 100-meter off? You know,
not quite that to that extent, but there is a diving board. Put it like that.
That would mean the pool's probably 10 feet deep, plus or minus. It would have to be.
Minus, but yeah, it's pretty. It's substantial. And then you have your spa back there as well, grill station, cabana. It's a nice setup.
All right, so assume I drop 100,000 into this property and make it a work of art. What would a country club in McClellan property, based on these criteria, probably fetch on the open market on a flip?
On a flip, on this price, this size home, and you probably look at 610.
610. So let's just go with 6. I put in 5. It's 20%. It's a 20% turn. You're looking at a 20% turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good deal. You have a good eye. These are all good deals. I don't know how I feel about the townhome one per se. Okay. But it's such a low entry point for people just jumping in on the market.
That is my point. Yeah, it's just kind of getting your feet wet in real estate investing.
It's really safe. You're not going to lose a lot of money learning the deep waters of somebody's going to lose money on your transaction. Oh, by the way, that's a little FYI from me having done this work. Somebody's going to lose money. You just don't want to be the one who loses money.
You don't want to be the one.
But there's always someone who does not make money or gets cut out a little bit on the transaction. Could be the developer, could be a guy who prepares a map, could be a rehab guy who pours cement. Somebody is going to come up a little bit short. I don't know why that is. It is always musical chairs. And it's probably for the not faint of heart. And I tend to tell people who want to invest that if you're going to invest, make sure it is money you are prepared to lose.
Yes.
Based on your experience, I'm guessing you advise the same.
I absolutely advise the same. Let's not use the money that you're using to feed your kids or pay your other household bills here. This is extra cash that you've set aside for this purpose. And instead of and you're just trying a different investment vehicle. So to say another popular option would be a vacation rental. This would be an area where it would actually do pretty well. Also, so they could actually get a little bit more per month for 5 months out of the year, and at least cover their expense. So it's.
If I go in 5, I get equity to 6. And then I turn around and refi at the end of it at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Take a cash out refi at 6. Take one of those ridiculous 2 or 3% ridiculous something or others. I'm looking at about $2,200 a month in payments, maybe $2,500 a month, maybe a little bit more, probably close to 3 with everything. All right, $3,000 a month to cash out refi, get my cash out of it. Can I get $3,000 a month out of the property to pay for my property?
Is this the townhome?
Yeah. No, the Mesa property.
Oh, yes. Yes. You definitely can.
Okay. There you go. If you were going to power rank these deals, which ones would you tell people about first?
I would tell people about the multifamily first. Yeah.
It's screaming good deal. It's literally a screaming good deal. I mean, and I'm just basing it on a paragraph of information, which is the best way to invest ever. However, boy, that's a good deal. That is a really good deal. How would people get a hold of you so that they could preview these properties and possibly invest?
Absolutely. You can always give me a call at 480-203-4364. Visit me on my website, natashatomlinson.com, or any of the social media channels. Look forward to the call.
Point down and go, or push the message button below. It's
or
probably
check,
attached.
push the message button below.
There you guys go. Check her out. Make sure you're subscribed. Go to the website, click the message button. These are really good deals. Actually, this multifamily thing is a really good deal. I'm surprised it hasn't been snatched up, which probably means there's a hidden something to it.
It means it's waiting for you. And actually, if you check your inbox.
That's positive. I like that. I'll give you builder speak on this. There's something they're not telling you. It's on a septic system from 1912.
Oh, goodness. That it is not. It is city services, gas present as well.
Definitely go check these out. Definitely give Natasha a call and go preview these properties. They are screaming good deals. And we will make sure to add these into rotation. So when they do pop up, you can check them out.
Perfect.
There you go. And we will see you guys all next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee.